There's no such thing as a healthy sedentary person. This is a non-negotiable. My name is John Franco with Shredded University, and today I'm going to break down the most powerful longevity secrets I learned from one of the world's leading experts in muscle health and aging. Here's what blew my mind. Research shows the more overweight you are, the wider your waistline, the lower your brain volume. Your body composition directly affects your cognitive function. But here's the incredible news. We have complete control over the one organ system that determines how long and how well we live. Let me show you what I mean. For years, I thought longevity was about cardio, avoiding disease, maybe some kind of supplements. I was missing the biggest piece. Now, Dr. Lyon taught me something that transformed my entire coaching philosophy. Muscle is the organ of longevity, and this changes everything for those of us who are over 35. Now, think about it. If your thyroid is an organ system, you have no control over. Your liver, same thing. But skeletal muscle, that's the only organ system you have that you have voluntary control over. When I train my clients, they will lift weights. We're not just building muscle for aesthetics. We are upgrading our entire biology. Our brains process faster. Our metabolism improves. Everything works better. Now, here's the science that convinced me. Muscle is the sink for your metabolism. If you're worried about Alzheimer's, that at our age, we should understand this. Alzheimer's is like a type 3 diabetes of the brain. The healthier your muscle mass, the less likely you are to get it. When what your body does, your brain also does. They're connected. You cannot have a healthy brain without a healthy muscle. And listen to this research. It also shows that the more healthy muscle mass you have, the better your sexual function. For men watching this over 40, by age 40, 40% of men will have erectile dysfunction. By age 50, the solution isn't medication. It's lifting heavy and cardiovascular activity. That's what actually fixes the underlying problem. So what does a longevity-focused training program look like? Let me break it down. What I teach in the Shredded University program is that step 1, 3 days a week of resistance training, not optional, not when you feel like it, scheduled in your calendar like a business meeting. This is your insurance policy against aging. Step 2, at least one session of a high-intense interval training per week, 20 minutes. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. This isn't about the scale, it's about training your brain to think faster and protecting your cardiovascular system. And step 3, move more throughout the day. If you're taking calls, walk. If you're working through problems, walk. When I'm working with my clients, I tell my clients consistently, whatever you're doing, where you have the opportunity to sit, find a way to move instead. Here's a stat that shocked me. 74% of Americans don't meet the baseline requirements of 150 minutes of activity 2 days a week of resistance training, which means if you're committed to this program, you're already in the top quarter of the population when it comes to longevity potential. Now, I hear the excuse, but John, I don't have time to get 10,000 steps. This answer from Dr. Gabrielle Lyon changed my perspective. If you had to choose between 10,000 steps or 10 minutes of intense exercise, choose the 10 minutes intense duration. I tell my clients, it's like business. Would you rather have 10 minutes of excellent focused work or an entire day of you accomplishing nothing? Train fast, train hard, move often. That's the simple formula I've built around at Shredded University. Now let's talk nutrition, because this is where most people over 35 are unknowingly sabotaging their longevity. The average American eats around 300 grams of carbohydrates a day. The recommendation is 130 grams. This is the rule I follow and teach my clients. Anything above 130 grams of carbs, you have to earn through exercise. If you're sedentary and eating high carbs, you're fast tracking yourself towards metabolic problems and cognitive decline. So what you should do for longevity is number 1, prioritize protein, 100 grams minimum per day. I aim for 50 grams in my first meal, 50 in my last meal, Why does this matter? Because when you prioritize protein in the morning, it affects your brain function all day. You're less likely to crave junk. You're utilizing biology to support willpower, not fighting against it. Here are my go-to fast protein options. Protein shake, the obvious. Egg whites, Greek yogurt, chicken breast, salmon, steak and eggs, my favorite. Pick one. Make it automatic. Remove the decision fatigue. Now, about intermittent fasting. 8 to 10 hour feeding window works great for longevity. Your biology doesn't like chaos, so stick to consistent windows. I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting because at night you're already fasting, but here's what people mess up. Fasting over 24 hours is the no-go zone for muscle preservation. You're sacrificing muscle, and muscle is your longevity organ. Do not extend fast if your goal is healthy aging. One more insight that helped several of my clients. If you wake up in the middle of the night regularly, it might be low blood sugar about 4 hours after falling asleep. The solution: a small mixed meal before bed, a handful of carbs and protein. Greek yogurt with some fruit works perfectly. Let me connect all this back to why it matters for longevity. Your brain health and your muscle health are inseparable. Dr. Lyon explained that when you're training, doing cardiovascular exercise and resistance training, you literally have less brain atrophy. Your brain stays more robust. You're preventing shrinkage. This is what I've observed with my clients in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. The ones who stay sedentary, they start struggling mentally. The active ones are sharp as ever. Here's a quote that hit me hard. Dr. Lyon said this: their health becomes very distracting and will say, I don't have time for exercise, and then we'll say, well, how are you going to have time for your sickness? I see this all the time with business owners who come to me. They wait until they have a health crisis to take action. They're crushing it in business, but falling apart physically. Here's what I've learned: you cannot wait for motivation. It's never going to come. Not taking action compounds. You worry about it all day, and you're slowly getting more unwell. The biology doesn't respond well to inaction. Now let me address something most fitness coaches ignore: the social component of longevity. We are social creatures. Isolation is a risk factor for depression, anxiety, and dementia. The solution isn't more time on Instagram. It's not texting. It's real, in-person connection, physical touch, real conversations. These release hormones that protect your brain. I've watched people in my own family who stay engaged and active maintain incredible mental sharpness in their 90s and beyond. Others who are isolated decline rapidly. Longevity isn't just about you going to the gym. It's about staying connected to your community. Now let me flip this around. If you want to guarantee poor health and early cognitive decline, here's the formula. Number one: don't exercise. Stay sedentary. Walk less than 3,000 steps a day. Number two: eat a high-calorie, high-carb processed food diet. Make those carbs completely unearned. And number three: isolate yourself, cut yourself off from social connection. And bonus: drink heavily every night. Dr. Lyon calls this the recipe for misery. Now about alcohol. This is controversial, but the research is clear. Alcohol is a toxin, a poison. When evaluating cognitive impairment risk factors, alcohol consistently appears on the list. I'm not saying you can never have a drink, but if you're serious about longevity, about staying sharp in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, minimize it or eliminate it. Find other ways to decompress. Another longevity killer most people ignore is sleep deprivation. Your brain cleans itself during sleep. When you're sleep deprived, you make more mistakes, your muscle recovery is suppressed, and you accelerate cognitive decline. The fix: constant sleep-wake times. I go to bed at the same time every night and I wake up at the same time every morning. Get outside first thing in the morning. Sunlight in your eyes anchors you. And this is important. If your neck is bigger than 17 and a half inches, mine's not, or if you snore, get tested for sleep apnea. Poor sleep over time is a major risk factor for Alzheimer's. In closing, here's what I want you to take away. If you're a busy owner, an entrepreneur, someone building something meaningful, you will never outpace your biology. Ever. You can handle business. If you can handle business stress, you can navigate financial challenges, but you cannot outwork a deteriorating body and brain. This is why I transitioned Shredded University to focus on longevity, because I realized weight loss is easy. The information is everywhere, but teaching people how to build a body and a mind that lasts, that's real transformation. The longevity formula is straightforward. 3 days a week of resistance-based training, 1 day of a high-intense interval training, 100 grams of protein daily minimum, consistent sleep schedule, real human communication. That's it. That's what we build in the 90-day transformation program at Shredded University. We specialize in helping men and women over 35 build this foundation by customizing the workout program, premium nutrition blueprints, weekly check-ins, body composition tracking, all designed around the science of healthy aging. Because transformations aren't just about dropping weight. They're about getting your life back, energy, confidence, mental clarity, the ability to show up fully for the people you love and the work that matters. If you're ready to make longevity your priority, check out our coaching programs in the description below. Let's build your plan together. Remember, you can't turn back the clock, but you can slow it way down. Let's get after it. See you on the next one.